Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. And if you can't tell from the tone of my voice, am I excited to cover this story? It is what I would consider a big W for PC gamers, people that game on Steam or even Epic Game Store. And it is the fact that the 2K launcher has announced a complete sunset. Now, this got updated yesterday with some more information. I'm going to break it all down. But to preface this, launchers have been a big point of discussion within gaming recently, within PC gaming. Launchers, account linking, so on and so forth has been something that has pushed a lot of people away from buying certain video games. We looked at it when we talked about the PlayStation titles introducing account linking, and I feel like I did the most fair comparison that anyone can do in terms of comparing the drop-off between Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, and comparing the drop-off between God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, because that was the only real fair comparison to make. Horizon Zero Dawn was a game that didn't feature account linking, and Forbidden West was a direct sequel. The direct sequel of a narrative-based game like that, I feel like, is always going to do a little bit worse, but Forbidden West did not have account linking, so we replicated that data with God of War 2018. Sequel is God of War Ragnarok. However, the difference was the aspect of God of War Ragnarok requiring PSN account linking. And what you'll notice is Horizon Forbidden West had a far less drop-off in terms of percentage of players lost peak concurrent player count-wise in comparison to God of War 2018 versus God of War Ragnarok. There was a steep decline between 2018 into Ragnarok. Is that the most fair comparison to make? Maybe not. But it's the most fair one that I feel like can be done with the data that's available. That is one instance of account linking. Obviously, the most notorious is Ubisoft. Ubisoft Connect, they tried to pop off with their own launcher. That was a complete train wreck. Now they're back on Steam and they'll be releasing games day one on Steam, but you still have to go through Ubisoft Connect. Talk more about that. And the other one that's linked to this is obviously the Rockstar Games launcher. Now, I feel like Rockstar Games are a little bit too big, and they can get away with it, but you look at Red Dead Redemption 1's concurrent player count, I mean, that number wasn't that impressive for that game. Now, that was a 13-year-old game coming to PC. Like, maybe that game was never going to do incredibly well, even especially at a $50 price tag, but I do feel like that launcher hurt it. But let's talk about the 2K launcher now. Complete sunset has been announced. As of November 18, 2024, the 2K launcher has been removed from every game that used it on Epic and Steam. Additionally, we also removed the 2K launcher beta, a completely separate launcher from Sid Meier's Civilization 5. On November 25th, a follow-up update was sent out via Steam to make sure the 2K launcher was fully removed. You may notice the 2K launcher folder was replaced with a text file called 2K launcher remove.txt. This file isn't needed and you can safely delete it. To remove the remaining files, you can find the guide on how to clear them off. They have a link to the guide. I'll leave that link in the description box below. This change impacts each of the games differently with varying changes of complexity, so here are a few quick things to know. Removing the launcher. We've done the heavy lifting, but to take it all the way home, there might be one step left for you. First thing is to try closing and reopening Steam. That means completely closing and not just using the X to minimize the platform. Rebooting your PC is a good way to be sure it happened. For Epic, just make sure you've downloaded the most recent update for the game. Click play and go. BioShock Remastered, BioShock 2 Remastered, BioShock Infinite, The Quarry, and Marvel's Midnight Suns will now launch directly into the game as soon as you click play. Hallelujah! That would be so great if that could be true across the board. Whenever you click play on a game, it just launches, guys. It is so depressing whenever you have to see, oh my god, the Rockstar account launcher is launching, or Ubisoft Connect. And yo, you want to know what the most depressing thing is? The most depressing thing, and give me an amen if you guys agree with this, is when you are launching, let's say, a Ubisoft game for the first time in a while. You haven't played a Ubisoft game in a while, or you play a Rockstar game first time in a while, and then you're logged out of the launcher, And guys, I use different passwords for everything. I have a password manager. So it's always a case of me having to now go into my password manager. Then I have to go through two-step verification. Then I have to dig up the password. Oh, now I get into Rockstar, but I get sent an email for Rockstar verification. It is just so annoying. Let me just hit play and let me just go, damn it. Like, that is the most annoying thing, especially when I got my Ally as well. Oh my god. Getting Ubisoft Connect on my Ally was so annoying. I'm just saying, logging in, it's just like, bro, we all got crap going on from our day-to-day lives. Imagine working a 9-to-5 job, getting home, wanting to play a game, and you just get hit with that nonsense. I don't care if it's resolvable in 3 to 5 minutes. That's 3 to 5 minutes of absolute agony, absolute despair, absolute nonsense that I ain't finna try to deal with. And thankfully, with these games, that won't be the case anymore. Let's hope that'll be the case with far more games going forward from other publishers. Mafia Trilogy Definitive Edition. The Mafia Trilogy Definitive Editions on Steam and the Mafia Trilogy Definitive Edition games on Epic, which will each have slightly different paths to getting into the game. Please see our Mafia Trilogy 2K launcher, sunset, and removal for more information. They have more of a breakdown on that. As far as that's concerned, launching from Steam, the default option to play will directly launch the game, but there is a secondary option to open the game's original launcher. These launchers were already optional in the past, as there is a disable launcher option that will prevent the launcher from appearing, but now they're even more optional. On that note, if the disable launcher option is enabled, the Mafia launchers will not open, even if you select the launch option to open them. When the disable launcher option is enabled, both launch options will result in the game directly opening. In order for the Mafia launchers to open, the disable launcher option must be set to off. This option can be found in the game's option menu for each game. So there you go with that. Civilization 6 on Steam had the launcher removed earlier this year, so no additional steps are needed. Civ 5, on the other hand, now uses the Steam launch options to open the game. The order is the same as was present in the previous launcher, so the default top option is Play Sid Meier Civilization 5, followed by Play Sid Meier Civilization 5 on DirectX 10 and 11, and Play Sid Meier Civilization 5, and that's for touchscreens. As with all Steam games, they have the launch options. XCOM 2 for Steam is a special case, as the launcher included the mod support functionality. You can read more about the XCOM 2 2K launcher. They have a link for that as well. Of note, these changes will let you enable mods on the Steam Deck as well. XCOM 2 on Epic will now open the original XCOM 2 mod launcher, detailed in the linked article that they have. And then Chimera Squad also has the mod launcher as an option, with a secondary option available to directly launch the game. Again, the 2K launcher isn't something that is as prevalent and as crapped upon as, let's say, Ubisoft Connect, as well as maybe even the Rockstar Games launcher and PSN account linking. Like, those are the three, and especially Ubisoft Connect and the PlayStation Network account linking. Those are the two that have been crapped upon a lot, but hey, like, this is a great step in the right direction, and you would hope more and more steps like this do happen. I do believe that the account linking and the third-party launchers, this is more of a detriment now than it is prior, just because I feel like whenever something has, like, account linking, you're getting so much negative reception on social media, and I do think that accounts for something these days. I think that's incredibly important now more than ever. I think a decade ago, you have an account launcher and people will be like, all right, this is nonsense. But now, if you have an account launcher, you're finna get crapped upon all over social media, and that is so much negative PR, and that stuff just snowballs. The cool thing to do now is to hate on Ubisoft, and rightfully so. I'm not just saying it's a cool thing to do just for the sake of doing it and everybody's just piling on. Ubisoft is whack, and they need to absolutely rehab their image. That, more than anything right now, I feel like is the imperative for Ubisoft. They need to go through a process of rehabbing their perception into the larger gaming community. They're doing something, at least that's a minor step in the right direction, by releasing AC Shadows on Steam day one, baking in Steam achievements. Finally, it's just small things like that. But I think if you actually remove Ubisoft Connect, that would invigorate, that would restore a good amount of goodwill. It's not going to be an overnight success story with Ubisoft, who's been crapping all over and destroying goodwill for literally like 9 years, but it would be a great step in the right direction. And PlayStation right now, I feel like is in the process of nuking all their goodwill. They haven't nuked it all the way yet, but they're losing a lot of goodwill. And the case of PlayStation, it's interesting because unfortunately they don't have a direct competitor. It would be nice if Microsoft could, like, you know, pose a threat to Sony, but when they don't have a direct competitor, they are able to get away with a lot more things than they otherwise would be. But where it comes to a game publisher, their direct competitor is other games, and that's just never gonna go away. So that's quite nice as far as Ubisoft, you know, hurting a little bit with Star Wars Outlaws flopping, and they are in a position where they absolutely need to rehab goodwill, and Ubisoft wouldn't even be embarking on this initiative, which I am viewing it as an initiative, because it does seem like they're at least trying to restore goodwill. Crew getting an offline, Component Crew 2 and Crew Motorfest, that is. You know, Ubisoft games coming day one to Steam. There's a lot more that needs to be done, and I just feel like what would be a big step in the right direction for Ubisoft would be to completely eliminate Ubisoft Connect as mandatory. I just think that would restore a lot of faith, but I don't know if they do want to do that. I get it. They want to have the microtransactions built in, I guess, through their own platform. They want to promote you content, etc., etc., but there's got to be a better way to do this than, at least I would assume there's a better way to do this, but ultimately, them on the inside, they would probably have the numbers available to them more than me. I just assess the data that's publicly available as far as, like, the Steam database numbers, and we can see, you know, games with account linking having fewer concurrent players. That's just the reality of the situation, and in the case of Ubisoft, it's obvious that they need to do a lot to restore their goodwill, but in the case of 2K, at least this launcher has been completely sunsetted and eliminated, so thumbs up there, and this is something that is a gigantic victory and a nice step in the right direction. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.